Hi, I thought I'd do a real quick video and just talk about dentures in general, adhesive and a couple of other little things that have come up in the denture support groups that I belong to. People ask a lot of questions about why adhesive doesn't work for them. Adhesive is really, really tricky. It really depends on each person's individual body chemistry. With adhesive, your pH balance, pH levels, salivary levels, and your mouth temperature determines the success or failure of adhesive. So if all of those things don't bond with a certain type of adhesive, that adhesive is not going to work for you. Unfortunately, there is not a one size fits all when it comes to adhesive. It's not your dentures. If you have ill-fitting dentures, you will know if you have ill-fitting dentures. But I'll be honest with you, even with ill-fitting dentures, the right adhesive will work. And I know this because I had very ill-fitting dentures. My first pair of dentures, I had them for 14 years. I don't feel that they ever fit correctly. And as time went on and my gums shrunk, they fit less well. Like if I put them in right now, the tops would completely fall down and the bottoms would just move around. But I put them in a couple of days ago and I put adhesive on them and they stayed in place. So the right adhesive will keep even ill-fitting dentures in place. It will not keep liquid from going underneath them. It will not prevent them from rocking if you eat certain foods, but they'll stay in place. You just can't really do a lot with them. I know this also from personal experience. But if the adhesive bonds with you, it'll bond even if your dentures are not the best. I needed new dentures for like 6 years, and I would get a hold for about 12-14 hours depending on what I ate, which I really modified my diet during that time frame and didn't realize it until I could eat again. But anyway, but with adhesive, if those factors don't work with your body chemistry, the adhesive won't work. You could have the best fitting dentures, it won't work if the adhesive does not work with your body chemistry. So for some people, only one brand may work, 2 brands may work, all of the brands may work, none of the brands may work. You may have to mix different types of adhesive together to create the formula of adhesive that works for you and your body chemistry. There is no one size fits all. It's trial and error. It's a science experiment. So that's what happens when it comes to adhesive. Adhesive is tricky. It is very, very tricky, and it can be very frustrating because you may hear of somebody else who is having great success with all of the adhesive or a certain type of adhesive or the type of adhesive that you want to use, and it doesn't work. If adhesive is not working for you and your dentures fit well, it's the adhesive. It's just not meshing with your body chemistry. That's just the science of it. Also, people ask, because acrylic material, it has such a real general definition. Like people, when they think acrylics, they think like acrylic nails. But denture acrylic is a different type of material, and I wrote it down because people ask, it's acrylic, that's cheap. You know, people get their nails done with acrylic, and acrylic nails are, they wear out really fast, but it's a completely different type of acrylic. And I will explain the differences real quick. So dentures are made of what's known as a PMMA, which is a polymethyl methacrylate. That's a really long word, and I'm probably saying it wrong, but polymethyl methacrylate. And basically that's just a transparent thermoplastic. And it's very hard and it's durable. It is completely different than what a nail tech would put on your nails. It's an engineering plastic. So it's made to be durable, and it's made to withstand the pressure of chewing food. That's why they use it on dentures. It's made to withstand that pressure because you're putting a lot of bite force, and because you are putting a lot of bite force, they use something that will take that bite force. So it's an engineering plastic, and it's much more durable. Like you could not use acrylic, nail acrylic to make dentures. People do that. There are do-it-yourself kits, and people do use nail acrylic to do that, but it's actually, I looked it up on the internet and was reading a whole bunch of information, not just Google, I mean, not just Wikipedia. I was looking at a whole bunch of different websites, and it's toxic. So if you were to use that kind of acrylic in your mouth, it's toxic. As a matter of fact, the types of acrylics for nails are EMA, which is an ethyl methacrylate, and then MMA, which is a methyl methacrylate. MMA is not it's actually, if you have a nail tech that is using MMA, they're cutting a lot of corners. They shouldn't be. It's considered toxic and dangerous, and it'll hurt you. I looked that up as well because I wanted to understand the difference in acrylics. And MMA is not sanctioned to be used for nails. EMA is. So, and then we have PMMA for dentures. So MMA is out for nails. It's not supposed to be used, and if a nail tech is using it, they're cutting corners and they're using a type of acrylic that they should not be using. They should be using EMA. So that's just that side with acrylics. So dentures and acrylic nails, two totally different types of acrylic. One is an engineering plastic, and the other is really just a temporary acrylic that will melt off. You can't melt your dentures with like coffee or anything. So it's completely different acrylic. And then people ask questions about what you can eat. Yes, and I did a video about this. If you go to bite into something, I'm going to use my pen as an example. If you go to bite into something and you meet with any kind of resistance like this, stop eating it. Don't eat it. Don't try to put all your bite force on it and break it and eat it. That will hurt your dentures. So don't do it. But if you can just put light pressure on food and it chews, you can chew it with just a little bit of force. So say I eat peanut M&Ms, but what I do is I put it like in between and I kind of slowly put pressure on it and break it. It's not hard. There's no resistance. I don't meet resistance. I can eat apples. I can eat shredded carrots. I don't take like a whole baby carrot and try to bite into it. I meet resistance. So you don't want to eat anything where you're going to meet resistance when you go to bite down. If you have to put a lot of bite force on it, you're going to harm your denture. But if you can, like cashews, walnuts, pistachios, those are a softer nut. There are hard nuts, almonds. I can't eat an almond. I can eat almond slivers, and I can eat cooked almonds because they're soft. But I cannot eat a whole almond. That's way too much bite force. It's exactly like trying to bite into this pen. I meet with that much resistance. So when you eat, just basically use common sense. If you can't immediately chew it and you meet with resistance, stop eating it because it will harm your dentures. Absolutely, you will break your denture and you will harm it. So you got to be very, very careful about what you eat. Again, dentures are made to withstand chewing. So you can eat. That's what they're there for, eat. Don't be so fearful that your dentures are going to wear down because you are eating regular foods. Normal foods, meats and salads and soft nuts, again, not whole almonds where you're meeting with resistance. Popcorn kernels, don't try to eat a popcorn kernel. I wouldn't try to eat that with natural teeth. Don't try to eat popcorn kernel with your dentures. But popcorn itself is fine. Just be cautious of the kernel. But they're designed so that you can eat. You want also, I talked about it before, split, divide, chew. You want to use your tongue, split your food in half, and divide it and chew on both sides. You want to chew on both sides because you don't want to wear down one side of your denture or your dentures. You don't want to wear your dentures down by eating only on one side. So you do want to eat on both sides. And if you don't use adhesive. And even if you use adhesive, you want to keep that bite force even so that you're not rocking your dentures. So it's just a good practice to split, divide, chew, and to chew on both sides of your dentures. That way you are not wearing down one side of your dentures, which will make you need your dentures replaced. Your dentures are going to need replaced. They're going to need replaced within the 5 to 10 year mark. Do not wait 14 years to replace your dentures. I promise you, if you wait that long, your dentures will not fit right. I know this from personal experience because I waited that long. I did a video a few days ago, and I'm not going to share that one. When I get home from vacation, I'm going to do another video, and I'm going to put my old dentures in, and I'm going to explain why you should not wait so long, because I was fooling myself. I thought, okay, these fit great, they fit fine, they're staying in with adhesive, they fit, I can eat, but I was kidding myself. I put them in a couple of days ago. I had adhesive on them. I had absolutely no bite force on this side. I could bite down on this side, and if I had put food in my mouth, I would have been able to chew on this side, but there was no bite force on this side. And the molars had worn completely down just from time. They were never big molars to begin with, not like the molars that I have currently with these dentures. These are full-size molars. I had small molars, and those molars that I had on my old dentures, they wore down over time. They were completely flat with the base, and in some spots it actually started to wear off of the base. And I had stopped eating a lot of foods. I didn't even realize how many foods I had stopped eating until I could eat them again with these. So you will need to replace them. Also, your gums are going to keep changing over time. If somebody says, I have 20 or 30-year-old dentures, or my grandpa has 50-year-old dentures and they fit perfectly, they don't. They've just learned how to function with those dentures. I had learned how to function with my 14-year-old dentures, and they did not fit well. And I know that now because I put them in my mouth, and I could tell the difference, and I could see how much they had not been functioning. So anyway, I got a ton of chores that I got to do and get ready to pack and get ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. I just wanted to talk about a couple things that come up with it in the denture support groups and just kind of cover all of it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.